Well, hello everyone. I'm Wolfbud, and there are a couple rules to this video. There are mostly only two rules, and I'm going to explain how I got this racing from, and this is the 50 suds puzzle, and here's the rules. Deku will be born as a werewolf, and the companions are going to be in it. So, I am giving these things my inspiration from Skyrim and the Elder Scrolls Online. No, give me a second. Deku also. And the arrow is give me a second. Never mind. And I'm trying to think of the arrow rule I had. What is the arrow that I had? What is the arrow? I know I have the companions are in it. Oh yeah, there's different strains of werewolves. There are going to be half werewolves and full werewolves. Okay, now I can go on to half werewolves do not have tails. Full werewolves do have tails. Their full werewolves are stronger than normal half werewolves. Half werewolves are more common, so they're weaker than the full werewolf. Now, back to the main story. So, Inko is actually part of the companions, and so is Saucy. Both of them are werewolves. But in a certain extent, both of them have their... Inko is quirkless, and Sasasi has his normal fire-breathing quirk. So, Deku is going to have a quirk in this one. It's going to call Fire Demon. So, let me say Deku's born. Now time for the quirk doctor. So, what the quirk doctor says his quirk is known as Fire Demon. Inko says, what does that mean? Well, technically your son has two quirks. We're calling it Fire Demon because he has a tail, and he can basically how am I supposed to explain this, Miss Inko? Your son, he has full control over fire. He has especially good control of green. Actually, not green. You know what? I want to say you know what? I'm going to give him normal, everyday red fire. But here's the thing with Deku's fire. It will look more like he has wings, horns, and a shield and sword. But he is able to control it. Basically, he has a cryokinesis. And Inko was like, since I want to say Inko did originally have a quirk, but All For One got to it. She just does not remember All For One or whatever happens to her quirk. She did have a quirk, just to let you all know. Was just it was just a little bit stronger version of her quirk. Give me 1 second. Oh, excuse me. Alright. Since they had a little bit stronger, a lot stronger version of her quirk, yeah, all for one went, ooh, that's a pretty good quirk. I want it. And he took the quirk. And I want to say a Deku also he got super excited when he heard he has a quirk, accidentally opening up his werewolf side and turning into a werewolf. And the quirk doctor says scrats scrats I said demon, correct? I think I said demon. The doctor promptly writes changes his quirk name to Hellhound. Hellhound. Sorry, voice crack. Jesus, that was a pretty bad one. Hellhound. And Inko says, "Oh no." And Deku's just sitting there with this ooh, yeah, I remember there was another ad thing. Since he's a newborn pup, his fur is more brown than white. It will slowly become more white over time because alphas are white werewolves. They're the strongest form. And so, Inko Smith. Ooh, yeah, I forgot about his werewolf side. Oof. And the doctor went, huh, well, Hellhound works now. And Deku is very strong in his werewolf form. He doesn't just have, like, normal werewolves, they're able to cut down trees. But Deku, he can cut through an entire fucking bus if he wanted to. Like, that, his claws are sharp enough to cut through steel. They're very sharp claws. And his sense has been heightened. And then Deku promptly turned back to normal after, I want to say, a minute. Deku does have a time limit on his werewolf form for right now. As he gets older, the time limit will increase until it can increase no more. So, he will be able to wear his werewolf form as long as he wants. But, anyways, back to the part where someone's being bullied. Okay, where Deku's about to tell everyone his quirk. So, the person being bullied is actually the ship of the video, and it's Jiro. Ooh, no, I forgot to let you guys know. I'll be probably making Michael Myers. There's part 2 on not Thursday, Friday. Maybe Thursday, it really depends how I feel. But, anyways. Bakugou tells Jiro, "Oh, your quirk is so weak, you can't even become a hero with that type of quirk." Then Deku walks in front of Bakugou as Bakugou blasts her, and Deku catches the fire and wraps it around him, giving his demon appearance. And Bakugo says, Deku, this is your quirk? And since he's a little kid, he's more like, Deku, is this your quirk? What? He's very terrified of Deku, the way he looks. Give me 1 second. Yeet. And delete. Deku, ooh, walks in front of Bakugo and says, Kanchan, if you bully someone, that's not heroism, that's villain. Do you want to be known as a villain? And Bakugo says, yeah, right, heroes do all the time. And that's when Deku's clearly says, no, you're very wrong. Heroes do not bully other people. They save other people, and they help them, and make them feel safe, and feel like they're wanted. Helping Jiro up, and saying, into Bakugo, this is your only warning, and I won't give you another chance. And then Bakugo says, fine, you super nerd. At least you're going to... I wonder what your quirk is called. And that's when... And Jiro says, thank you for helping me. And Deku says, yeah, no problem. At least we start heading inside anyways. And time for the quirk ceremony. Bakugo's quirk is called Explosion. Then Deku is up and he says his quirk is called Hellhound. And everyone says that sounds villainous. And Deku says, it's not. I just can turn to a wolf, and my other quirk allows me to control flames, but I am given a appearance of a demon. And everyone says, that's a pretty cool quirk. And Jiro explains what her quirk is, everyone started laughing, and then Deku starts to growl. His wolf side kind of showing out a little bit. So, we cut a couple years later. During, middle school. And as the teacher walks in, I want to say Deku is not shy. He doesn't have a ego boost whatsoever. He's still like that timid, shy guy, but he does not show it. But yet, everyone knows he is technically the strongest person with the quirk. The reason why, Bakugo has challenged Deku more than once to a fight, and Deku always wins the fights. Because all Deku's really doing is taking away the main damage dealer, aka the fire. But the blast just kind of disorient him a little bit. Just give him that oh man, that hurt. But Deku is always able to punch up on Bakugo with one punch, send him flying, jeez, English, please work with me. And let me think. As the teacher yeah, that basically how Deku was nicknamed the strongest is of the school. And Bakugo does not like that because he thinks he's the strongest. And I want to say a um hmm, Jiro is like his closest friend, and and yeah, Jiro is his closest friend. Bakugo always teasing her and him at the same time, and and what I'm trying to think. Sorry, guys. Um, Now we cut back to where Vegeta walks in. Yeah, so yeah, they basically are just being picked on by Bakugo. That's how the entire middle school goes. And Deku actually, the only person he doesn't mind being called Deku by is Jiro. Obvious reasons. Now, oh, um, I'm going real quick cut what's been happening to the companions and why Sasaki's not there. Sasaki's been on missions for the companions, and Inko has been just on lying low because the companions don't need her right now since she's busy taking care of Deku. And and I want to say the companions will be in the story later during the USJ, but right now we're not here. So, I will now. I should go back to the main plot and go with the teacher. So, the teacher walks into the walks into the classroom. Not the teacher walks into the teacher. I am very sorry right now. I don't know why. Um, Deku, the teacher walks in with a bunch of papers and plate and tells the class they have a test today. Hey, and the teacher says, "I got it." Actually, he already says, "Alright, Jesus." And the teacher then says, um, um, says, "I know you all want to be heroes," and throws the pieces of paper up in the air. Then, I'm trying to think. I'm very brain dead. Uh, then the teacher says, "Oh, we got 3 people who want to go to A." And Bakugo angrily says, "Wait, I understand 2 people, but 3? Who are the... I'm expecting the other one is, um, Deku, but who's the third one?" And the teacher said, "You guessed correctly, Deku is going, and Jiro." And Bakugo says, "You can't make it to 1A. It's only the strongest go, and you have a pretty big quirk." And that's when Deku start tapping his claw. At this point, Deku can turn certain parts of his body into werewolf, um, turn his different body into wolf hearts. And I want to say right now, he has at least, he can be a werewolf for a day. But this will change in the USJ attack once again. And, you know what, after that, before they, walk home, and, when Deku decides to walk home with Jiro, just in case they try picking on her again. And Jiro says, "You don't have to do this, Deku." And Deku promptly says, "I know, but still, I don't want you getting hurt like last time." And clearly making Jiro plus. And Deku does not pay attention to this whatsoever and keeps walking. And Jiro asks, "So, what's your plans after UA?" Deku just says, "Hopefully I just become a pro hero." Just to let you know, they are taking a shortcut. And Deku also says, "What about you? What's your plans after UA?" And Jiro said, "And hopefully I can teach that Bakugo. Oh, that everyone can have a strong quirk if they train hard enough." And Deku said, "True, but Bakugo is very stubborn, as we all know." And Jiro laughs, saying, "True, true." Now this is the part where they are just walking underneath. Then Deku stops and smells the air. And Jiro asks, "What's wrong?" And Deku says, "I smell something strange, like sludge, like sewer sludge type of stuff. And it's getting closer. I don't like it." And Jiro says, "Oh no, that cannot be good." As the Sludge villain, hold on, give me a second. Ooh, excuse me. Burp. As the Sludge villain pops out, saying, "And give me your body, brat." And that's when Deku automatically lights up his fire. And that's when the Sludge villain said, "Oh shit, fuck that," and backs off, with Deku in front of his chair. And Deku says, "You want my body? I bet you can't stand the heat in there." As Deku slowly he transformed in his werewolf without him realizing. This happens a lot, just to let you all know. Deku turns into a werewolf without him realizing a lot, so Jiro helps him keep his cool at times. And Jiro says, "Deku, you're turning into a werewolf again. You need to calm down." And Deku, who actually slowly he turns more into a werewolf, and he can't calm down right now. With someone just attacked him, very reasonable. Then All Might pops out saying, "Don't fear, I am here," punching the Sludge villain. Then Deku automatically turns around to say, Jiro. And yes, Deku will get one for all. And, Deku and Jiro says, All Might, wow, it's the #1 hero. And Deku asks All Might, hey, do you need some help with villain? And All Might says, yeah, sure, young man. Can you help me scoop him up into this ball? And Deku helps, and Jiro asks, well, then All Might says, hey, don't mind me asking, what's your quirk, young man? Deku says, Hellhound. And All Might says, huh, please explain to me what it does, please. Deku says, well, my first quirk is a fire-based quirk that gives me appearance of a demonic creature. And my second quirk is a transformation quirk where I become a wolf. So, that's how I got the quirk name Hellhound. And All Might says, you can be a very strong hero one day with that type of quirk. And Deku says, yeah, me and my friend here are trying to go to UA. And Deku promptly says, oh wait, All Might, can you help us train before you go? And All Might thinks about it and tells Deku and Jiro, yes. And before he jumps, he turns into Small Might, with Jiro freaking out, and Deku not so much. Saying, Deku, that's not the real All Might. And Deku says, that's the real All Might. And Jiro says, what do you mean? Well, I ran into All Might once when he was stopping a villain, but that was years ago, and I did catch his scent, and that's actually All Might himself. And All Might went, oh shit, and went, ooh, and turns around saying, and please don't tell anyone you've seen this. Deku just says, you're good, and as All Might just walks off. So, Bakugo scene never happened, because no one jumped on to All Might's leg, and Deku met All Might at Deku Beach, and actually before he went there, yeah, Deku told Inko about what happened, how he met All Might, and Jiro texts him the very next day saying, I won't be able to make it, because someone else offered me to train with him. So, please tell All Might I will be doing the training with him. And Deku texts her back saying okay. So, when Deku gets to the Degama Beach, All Might asks, Deku, where's, your friend? And Deku says, her name is Shiro, and my name is Izuku Midoriya. Just real quick, just let you know. And she is training with someone else. I do not know who. And Deku says, what are you two training for? To get one in UA. And I'm trying to think. And All Might says, okay. Hey, so, before we start, your training, there's a couple rules real quick. No quirk usage right now. And you're going to have to clean this entire beach up by yourself. And Deku went, oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me. With his eyes, just went, oh shit. But, alright. And Deku says, alright, I will do it. And I want to say it took Deku about, I want to say, about 4 months. Deku has been training in his own time, and Deku's quite strong. So, and after the beach is clean, I might ask Deku his question. Young Midoriya, is that correct? And Deku says, yes, it's correct. And I might ask, young Midoriya, would you like to have my quirk? And Deku says, um, yes, actually, that will be... Actually, what does your quirk do? Am I giving the explanation of one for all and all for one, telling Deku how he got his scar and everything like that. Deku was kind of in a hurry before he left, so yeah. Deku took the quirk, and I want to say Gran Torino, went to All Might before. Honestly, All Might went to Gran Torino saying, "Help! I need someone to help me, please. I'm a horrible cheat. Like, he can't cheat Deku how to properly use one for all, because we all know how crappy of a teacher he is." And Gran Torino says, "Okay, I'm coming. You, buffoon." When Gran Contino got there, sorry if I'm butchering his name. When he gets there, he teaches Deku how to properly use it, and Deku got that full cowling earlier, and Deku's able to use around 19% of one for all. Yes, that's a quite high percentage, but because he's a werewolf and he gets 10 times of amount of strength as a normal human. And I want to say, and no, time for the entrance exams. Real quick, in the entrance exams, there are things that are going to happen. There will be a little bit of blood. Number one reason is, well, something bad happens. When Deku was walking, no, what? Deku does not trip. Deku is kinda confident, but he's more aware of his surroundings. Give me a second. So yeah, there's a little bit of change to Deku's height. He is taller. I want to say he's around same height as Ida, and Deku is a little bit more. He has a little bit more muscle mass on him. I gotta say a lot more. He's about. He looks almost like a grown adult, but you can easily tell he's about 16. Like, he's still short enough to be recognized. He's still a kid. And time for the test. Deku is pretty smart, so he gets about second place on the written test. Now time for the main entrance exam. ooh, excuse me. And Bakugo's just yelling at Deku, like, and Ida stands up saying, "Would you be quiet, both of you?" And Deku says, "I'm not even talking, so, oh, yeah, I'm not even talking, and this guy's just bugging me, so, oh, and I'm pretty sure he's not bugging anyone, he's talking quite quietly." And Bakugo says, "He is right, you know, even though you're a nerd, Deku." And Deku says, "Back to you, Kanchan. And Airway, can you sit down? I'm trying to see what... Ah, it's President Mike, yes. President Mike is saying." And, and, I want to say um, Ida got embarrassed, but that's basically about it. Real quick, I am going to have Ida interrupt President Mike again, saying, "Sir, what is this? This so-called fourth robot? If this error on you a paperwork, this is very very irresponsible of this." And President Mike says, "You again? Please shut up and sit down. I'm tired of you." And Ida just looks at him in shock and sits down. And time and President Mike says, "Well, I was about to tell you guys about the zero pointer." And he still does. It's just like a big enemy you guys have to run away from. I don't have a word. Shoot. Yeah. Whatever. Oh, and the video soon. So, Deku, um, mm, uh, they were waiting outside. Then Deku noticed a Jiro and a brown hair girl shaking their boots. Deku started walking towards them. Ida stops him, saying, "Are you going to interrupt them and make them get off course, make them lose their chance to get in UA?" And Deku turns to Ida, says, "As you're such an idiot, I swear. And no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to talk to my friend, see if she's alright, and that other girl, see if she's alright." And Ida was automatically shut up. Then Deku went to Jiro and says, as, and says to both of them, "Well, are you both of you alright? I see you guys shaking quite badly." And Jiro says, "I'm okay, I'm just super nervous." And the girl introduces herself and say, "I'm Uraraka, and yeah, I'll be fine." And Deku says, "Hope so. Hopefully you guys become heroes. I would like to see you both in the 1A class, especially you, Jiro." And President Might says, "For no countdown in a real bow, go!" And Deku looks at him saying, "God bless," and just runs off. I want to say Deku broke All Might's record. So yeah. Deku says, after a while, he says, "That must be enough points, and stop attacking." the um robots. Then Deku feels the ground shake, looks over, sees his the 0 point bot. He says, "Holy shit, that's one big ass robot," and starts to run away until he hears the screams of Uraka and Jiro. They have been both caught under rubble. Deku automatically transforming into his werewolf and runs towards them and moving rubble. Jiro has her leg has been impaled by a metal rod, and Uraka has it worse. Both of her legs has been impaled by rebar. Deku says, "Oh no, that does not look good." In his head, Deku says, "You two are going to be fine," and picks them both up and runs to Recovery Girl. But Deku wasn't. Deku wasn't able to pick both of them up and start running. And the giant robot foot came crossing down, but Deku is able to hold the robot's foot up, and then All Might jumps out of the window, destroying the robot. And Deku picks both of them up, and when All Might ask, "Is everything alright?" And Deku says, "No. One person got one leg impaled. They already got both of their legs impaled." And Deku actually breaks both of her legs have been caught by the same rebar. And Deku broke one side of the rebar, and between them, Deku hands Raka to All Might, and Deku carried Jiro. And I want to say they know what? Before Deku leave, Deku was waiting for Raka, and excuse me 1 second. And then Jiro went into the as he came out of the school with a wheelchair, and Deku was like, "Ooh, that's not going to be easy to explain to your parents, huh?" And Jiro says, "Yeah, that is very true. But your way, hey, can you help me get back home?" Deku said, "Yes." And Deku, and Jiro, before they got home, and Jiro said this to Deku. "Before we get there, I just want to say one thing real quick." Brings Deku heads down and gave Deku a kiss, and Deku's blushing, saying, "Geez, Jiro, you could just tell me you like me or something." And Jiro said, "Yeah, I know, but I think this was more appropriate." So, Deku went back home. Before that, Jiro said, "So, real quick, do you want to be my, boyfriend?" Deku said, "Yes." And after that, no, Deku went home, and I'm going to end it off here. I hope you like it, and hopefully this might become a series, because this is a very interesting what I'm doing. Goodbye, and see you all later.